I've been a part of teaching about status of forces agreements.
But you don't remember to mention it? You're not qualified, Mr. Hegseth.
The worst possible outcome has happened in terms of who's going to lead the Department of Defense. In Trump 2.0, Pete Hegseth has been confirmed.
You talked about the Indo-Pacific a little bit, and I'm glad that you mentioned it. Can you name the importance of at least one of the nations in the ASEAN, and what type of agreement we have with at least one of those nations? And how many nations are in ASEAN, by the way?
I couldn't tell you the exact amount of nations in that, but I know we have allies in South Korea and Japan and in AUKUS with Australia trying to work on.
I find it particularly sweet and ironic. It's some small consolation that the three senators who questioned him the hardest, who showed him his ass the most clearly, were women, because this is a man who believes women should not serve in the military.
Submarines with them.
Mr. Hegseth, none of those countries are in ASEAN. None of those three countries that you've mentioned are in ASEAN. I suggest you do a little homework before you prepare for these types of negotiations.
This is par for the course with Trump's cabinet nominees. They're completely unqualified to do the job, and they're there as figureheads who will be loyal to whatever he and whoever happens to be whispering in his ear tells them to do. This is not normal. For the most part, presidents before the one that we have right now would find the most qualified candidate for these different jobs and would take their counsel from a humble place of knowing that he cannot be the expert in chief on every single subject. But who is Pete Hegseth? Well, he's like a B-list Fox News personality. He has a background in the military. He's involved in an ultra-conservative reactionary church that believes women shouldn't have the vote. And he's written books in which he shows a real preoccupation, a real panic over the sense that the enemy from within, the woke Marxists, is the biggest threat to our country. But notice what has happened around the Pete Hegseth confirmation. Troops are being sent to the southern border. Record numbers of people are being arrested for deportation. The drug cartels in Mexico have been designated as terrorist organizations. This is a guy who will do whatever Trump tells him to do. And right now, those plans look pretty scary.